Hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, January 15th, 2022. Qatari officers train Somali soldiers in Turkey. This article is taken from Iran. The Turkish Ministry of Defense, in an unusual move on Monday, tweeted photos of Qatari officers training Somali soldiers in Turkey. Not disclosing why the military training in Turkey was given by Qataris, the ministry announced that 350 Somali soldiers received commando training at the Anti-Terrorism Training and Exercise Center Command in the western city of Isparta. Last May, Somali dissidents stated that the soldiers trained by and in Turkey were used against them. Turkey and Qatar have made significant investments in Somalia, and the two allies have acted together militarily and politically in the country, particularly in pursuing a pro-Muslim Brotherhood agenda for a long time. While Turkey supports Somalia militarily, Qatar finances its intelligence units. During a political crisis in May, Turkey and Qatar backed Somali President Mohammed Abdullahi Mohammed, aka Farmajo, announced that he was extending his mandate by 2 years by postponing the elections. Street clashes broke out as a result of this decision, which drew the anger of the opposition. It was claimed that the military units trained by Turkey to fight the radical Islamist organization Al-Shabaab were also used in the brutal intervention of the Somali government security forces against the opposition. Statements and visual data from Somali sources speaking to BBC reinforced the claim that these units are used as a means of pressure. Although Farmajo announced that elections would be held later, this promise has not yet been fulfilled. Somali leaders last week agreed to conclude elections by February 25th. Excuse me. Turkey considers the Somali army the guarantor of its presence in the vulnerable and fragile African country and is continuing its assistance by donating military equipment and training army personnel. Through its military training base and defense industry cooperation, Turkey is aiming to expand its political influence and military involvement in Somalia and the Horn of Africa. Following the withdrawal of African Union Mission of Somalia, AMISOM, troops in December 2021, Turkey is becoming a dominant factor in shaping the Somali army. Turkey has been building a strong relationship with Somalia since 2011, when it began providing the country with humanitarian aid to tackle a famine. Turkey has sought to increase its influence while initiating development projects, opening schools, and training Somali soldiers as part of efforts to build up the war-torn country's army. In the last decade, it has built a military base in the capital, and companies linked to Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan run both Aden Ade International Airport in Mogadishu and the port. According to some experts, an energy and mining cooperation MOU signed in 2016 will open up the waters off the Somali coast to Turkey's drilling vessels and President Erdogan's energy giants. Nordic Monitor previously published a classified report by Turkey's Financial Crimes Investigation Board, MASAK, that showed how the Erdogan government hushed up a probe into hundreds of thousands of dollars in aid to Al-Shabaab. According to the MASAK report, the Turkish Foreign Ministry sent letter number 483782 to MASAK on March 22, 2013, attaching a request for information sent by the U.S. Treasury's Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence, led by Undersecretary David S. Cohen at the time. The intelligence picked up by the Americans indicated that Turkish national Ibrahim Shin, I think is how it's pronounced, and his brother Abdul Qadir Shin were involved in delivering $600,000 to al-Shabaab between September and December 2012. Turkish authorities kept the probe into the Shin brothers quiet. Most recently, the Erdogan government decided to donate $30 million to Somalia in line with an international agreement signed between the two countries in July. The money will be used for Somalia's budget financing and institutional capacity building. Last year, the Turkish government paid part of Somalia's debt to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, as a deduction from some 11.9 special drawing rights returned by the IMF to Turkey on March 25th to compensate for the loss of income by the fund's non-performing interest receivables and the special contingency account. And it should be noted that obviously the Farmajo isn't close with the Turkish government, and he is an ally of Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, just for those who don't know. And I said that a couple of days ago when it was announced that Somalia would not be probably not be using the services of the UN anymore. And the AMISOM, I thought that was going to be ending in a month or so, but I guess it ended last month, which is 20,000 troops. And Somalia only has 15,000 troops. I said I didn't want to predict what would happen, but I said with the loss of that many troops and with so few troops in the Somali military, something had to give. I didn't know what, but it seems that it will be Turkey that will be filling in the void. But somehow, we don't know how. But the thing that is up in the air right now is the election, because I'm sure that Turkey will do everything within its power to make sure that Farmajo is reelected. If he was elected, I'm not sure what the condition of his being placed into office was, but if he's elected, the Turkish government, no doubt, because he's an ally and he is allowing them to operate with carte blanche in Somalia, they're going to do everything within their power to keep him in office. So definitely there's a lot to develop in Somalia in the next month or so.